What a game between the Jazz and the Thunder. And the last time the Jazz were in Oklahoma City, there was a bit of chaos. Rudy Gobert tested positive for COVID, and the entire NBA season was shut down. Tonight, the Jazz trying to get back on track after that disappointing loss to Minnesota. Another slow start. Jazz fall behind 17-5 after Lou Dort hits the three. Mike Conley was awesome, though. Nearly his first career triple-double. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Conley lobbing it up for Rudy Gobert right here. Again, he was 1 assist shy. But OKC pretty much in control the entire first half. Darius Bazley gives them a 7-point lead. Jazz down 3 going into the break.
Yeah, third quarter after another tough start. Donovan Mitchell started to catch fire. Hits the three-pointer there. Then Bojan Bogdanovic, also a slow start, but hit 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. The Jazz eventually would take the lead. But once again, turnovers proved to be costly. 16 turnovers tonight. This turned into a track meet for the Thunder. Back-to-back turnovers for Utah here as OKC built its lead up to 9. But the Jazz got it going in the fourth quarter.
They did.
Conley dishing to Rudy Gobert. 12 points, 10 boards for the big fella. And then Bojan Bogdanovic from deep. He led Utah with 23 points. I mean, really deep here.
Yeah.
Jazz scored 61 points in the second half. But down the stretch, it was all Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, with his outside shot struggling, Mitchell decided to attack the rim. Good decision. 20 points for Mitchell. Credit to Donovan to know when his shot is off, he can still score. Jazz take the lead, but with just over a minute to play, Jazz up 2. It's Lou Dort from distance, wide open. OKC is up 109-108. Here we go. 14 seconds to play. Spoiler alert. Mitchell hasn't been a great game-winning shot taker in his career, but he goes off the glass, blows past the defender. Jazz take the lead with 7 seconds left. Mitchell ends up scoring the final 12 points of the game. Last chance for OKC. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can't hit.
That's a shame.
Game over. Jazz win. There's the score. 110-109. A huge win for the Jazz in this early part of the season. They go to 2-1 on the season.
This is game 3. I think, I don't think we're overreacting, but there are things that we see we need to improve on. If this was February, March, I think, and this was a continuous thing, I think we would, it'd be time to panic, but we're not pushing the panic button.
I don't feel like we played our best, but that's the challenge to figure out how to win when you don't have your best game. So we hopefully can take this and build on it and keep getting better.
The one thing that was, of course, a little different was being back at the same hotel, and obviously you have all the memories coming back. So it's a little bit of a weird atmosphere, but I'm happy that we're able to come back and get a win.
That had to be so odd for them to be back there after everything that happened in March.
When the world changed in
the
March.
entire world. Yep. But what a great win for the Jazz.
Yeah, good teams will win these games where they struggle. The Jazz obviously not at their best. Too many turnovers once again. Didn't shoot the ball well in the first half. But unlike the game against Minnesota, they finished strong. Good to see Donovan Mitchell, who's had a tough start to the season. I mean, he was 12 of 39 in his first 2 games. 3 for 16 at one point tonight. But he came out, scored the final 12 points of this game, showed that he could be the finisher that the Jazz need. I mean, I know it's only the 3rd game, but this is a huge win for the Jazz.
Yeah, a couple of things. After the way Donovan Mitchell finished in the bubble, averaging 36 points per game, and he signed that new $163 million contract that could balloon up to $195 if he makes the All-NBA team. Everyone expected a lot of scoring from Mitchell. They expected him to continue to score at a clip of like 30-plus points per game. That hasn't happened so far this year.
But they don't need it either.
Again, yeah, they don't need it. I totally agree.
Right.
The other thing is the Jazz have got a pattern of starting slowly. They just are not hitting shots early, getting themselves into a hole, and hurting themselves with turnovers that just exacerbate the problem.
Yeah.
And if they could fix those and play, you see how they played against Portland, you think, there you go. This is the team we're going to see all year long. They're so deep. They played so well. They hit a lot of three-pointers. And then the last 2 games, they've come out flat, struggling a little bit. But tonight, they were able to finish. And like you said, and like Quinn said, it's just being able to win these kind of games when you're not playing your best.
Yeah, and in all 3 games, the Jazz have out-rebounded their opponent. They out-rebounded Portland by 18, Minnesota by 19. Tonight, they out-rebounded them again. I want to see Derek Favors get more action. He hasn't played that much. Maybe they're building him back into shape. He brings such a defensive presence and a rebounding presence. But Mike Conley has been maybe the MVP of the team through the first 3 games. He was sensational today. And Jordan Clarkson, again, another spark off the bench. He'd been averaging about 20 points a game in the first 2 games. He had 16 tonight. The Jazz depth is going to be their strength this year, and they need to get everyone involved.
Against Portland, they had 7 players in double figures, and people expect that.
Right.
You're not going to see that every night.
Not every night.
But you've got guys, 7 guys, who can't score in double figures consistently.
3 more games this week.
Yeah.